So this might sound like I'm bragging right now, but I don't really care that much. This is YouTube. My name's Luigi Newton and I own a £7 million property portfolio in Nottinghamshire in the UK. And it's stretched over 30 properties in Nottinghamshire. And the reason I'm telling you that is because in this vid, I'm going to explain my worst experiences in property. So I have to say that so you listen up, because I've been through it. I've been in experiences and times in my journey where I've literally been touching my hair like this. I've looked at my hand and I've got hairs in my hand. So when I'm telling you, stress in property is a real thing. I'm trying to save some people from going through the same mistakes that I've done myself. I've actually got friends that are property developers, HMO developers, just like myself, that have been through mental breakdowns from stress to do with property. Now guys, if you don't know already, I work with investors in two different ways. I started out my journey working with investors on something called a fixed return, which is when you borrow funds from an investor. They might lend you, £100,000 and you're going to give them back a 10% interest rate. So you give them back £110,000. Okay, so they give you the 100K, a year later, you give them back 110K. All right. And essentially you use that money for the whole year to put into your project. Okay, then when you refinance it, you can pay them back. However, I borrowed 50K from an investor, and honestly, guys, I shouldn't have done it. I should not have done it because it was a 1-year agreement, okay? The mistake was I should have done it for 2 years, all right? But I did it for 1 year. So what happened was, guys, I was around 8-9 months into the deal. Everything was going fine. I got around 10 months in and it was getting a bit tight because the remortgage was looking like it's going to take a bit longer. So anyway, I said to the investor, look, this is the situation. At first he was understandable. He was like, yeah, that's fine. We got to that 12-month mark and we came time for me to pay back the money, pay back the investor. But what happened was, guys, the mortgage was taking long. So I was delayed by 3 weeks. I said to the investor, look, this is what's going on. The remortgage is taking a bit longer. I need you to work with me and just basically I'll pay you some extra interest. But he was having none of it. He was like, Luigi, I want my money and I want it 3 weeks ago. I was stressed. Honestly, that was a moment in my journey where I felt like, I don't know what to do. Because what happened was, guys, I got a knock on my door. The postman is like this. You've been served. I can help you to start, scale and grow your property business this year. Have me as your mentor and my business partner, Sean Davis, as your mentor as well. We can help you on BRR, buying properties and rent-to-rent social housing, rent-to-rent temporary accommodation. We've got your back, guys. Click on the link in the description of this video if you want to find out more, and we'll really get you some serious results in property. And he's giving me a letter. I've said, what do you mean I've been served? He's like, yeah, it's an official notice. It's like something off a movie. You've been served. Anyway, I've opened it and it basically says that I've got 14 days to repay the 50K. If not, they're going to try and register me as bankrupt. They're going to try and bankrupt me. It's a statutory demand document from a solicitor. Obviously, at this time, I had, over 20 properties. I think I was on like 22, 23 properties. And I was like, man, is this going to be the end of everything? Because once someone tries to make you bankrupt, it puts a red mark next to your name with the lenders. I didn't want that red mark because imagine you have a massive red mark next to your name saying you didn't pay someone back 50K. What would happen is, guys, you wouldn't be able to get any more mortgages. And that would have screwed up my whole business model. But what I managed to do, guys, when my back was against the wall, I pivoted. I got creative. So what I did was I sold shares in the property to a different investor. First, I offered him shares. He says, no, I just want my money. So anyway, I ended up selling shares of the property to a different investor for 50K. And then when I got that 50K from the shares that I'd sold, I literally paid him back with his interest. And then when the remortgage money came through, I just kept that and I used that for further deals to buy more properties. So it worked out okay. But guys, when I got served that paper, I literally felt like shit. I was like actually scared. I remember my friend who owns 300 properties in Nottingham. I was sitting with him. I was at his offices and I was like, what shall I do? He was like, bro, honestly, I'm scared for you. My friend's saying he's scared for me. I was like, oh shit, I'm really screwed now. My friend, what's been in property for that long, like 15 years in property, he's been doing it since he was 16, he owns 300 properties and he's saying he's scared for me. I was like, man, this is a nightmare. Ultimately, I got through it, and I think the moral of the story is when these things happen, when these scary times come your way, that's when you really see what you're made of. And that's when you're in a fight. Say this is the ring, these are the ropes. You're covering up, you're getting battered and bruised, you're taking the shots. That's what it was in that situation. I was getting punched up by life. But I never gave up and I never quit. I'm so glad I did it, guys. And now, a couple years later, I bought more properties. I'm on, 30 properties now. And look where we are, guys. Right here, guys, we're in Marina in Dubai. I'm actually getting a place here in Dubai. So I'll be in UK and Dubai as well. Literally just in Jumeirah Living Marina Gate right now, which is a nice little complex. It's got some good facilities, a nice pool, good restaurant. But I'm moving to one of my favorite buildings in Dubai. So I'm really happy about that, guys. And to be honest, I would not be able to live in Dubai and travel around if I didn't have my property portfolio. Every month, that's what pays you, that passive income. Every month you get the same amount with social housing ones. And that's like my favorite strategy, because with that strategy, you know exactly how much you're gonna get. With like the working professional ones in my portfolio, it is a bit more up and down, but they're still profitable. So guys, what else is going on in my property journey? Well, right now I have 9 valuations taking place. 8 of them are grouped together. Now, I don't exactly know what happened. I don't know if it was a mistake from my broker or something, but these have been grouped together with the same lender, the same valuer, and basically they won't deliver the actual valuation reports until they've all been done. You can imagine how stressful that is, because it is causing delays. And time is money. We need to refinance these, get them off bridging finance onto long-term buy-to-let HMO products. So if you can't handle stress, I would say to you, do not get into property developing or property investing. That's what I would say. You have to be able to handle stress. If you can't, don't even get started, because property is not for the faint-hearted. If you want to get started in property, what I would recommend is you study like a crazy person. You get obsessed with learning about property. And that's what's going to put you in the best position to get the best results, okay? If you want to go that step further, I recommend you get a mentor. Now for me, I started my YouTube channel and I would interview different property developers in my area. I would pick their brain on camera and then off camera too, because I had that friendship with them. So that's how I was able to find mentors doing it that way. But also I've paid mentors over the years. Am I going to buy properties in Dubai? Maybe. But to be honest with you, I'm more focused on UK properties. I know it very well. It's my home. Like, that's where I was born. Obviously Dubai is my new home now, but I know the areas and I know how it works. And it's a very simple market. There's a lot more to it over here. I'm still going to be doing stuff over here, but it's going to be more, finding people investment properties that they can buy in their personal names or in a company and that kind of stuff. Stay with me, guys. I've got big plans this year. I want to do a lot this year. I want to do more deals. I want to get more AI in my business. There's lots of exciting things, guys. There's more offerings as well. I am going to be setting up more stuff for you guys to access. That's going to help your property businesses. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, smash the like button, share the video. Let me know if you want me to share more horror stories. I got loads more. So you need a mortgage broker. Well, guess what? I've got your back. Mortgage Style, they're the best in their game, and I fully recommend them. I've had 5 brokers tell me no. Mortgage Style told me yes, and they found me a lender. Their link is in the description of this video.